The thing that everyone talks about, especially at the start of a new year, and there's no lack of online and offline material available to you. So the last thing you need is another talking head spouting off about goal setting. But you don't always get what you want. Sometimes you do get, oh, I messed up the joke. So the last thing you want is another talking head spouting off about goal setting. But you don't always get what you want. Sometimes you get just what you need. Ah, boy. Hello, everyone. This is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Do Rebel, and welcome to the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast number 166. This is the one about Jeet Kune Do goals. As you're logging in, if you guys would be kind enough to say where you're logging in from, hit the like button, and feel free to continue doing so throughout the broadcast. If you're catching the final edit video over on the YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support the program, consider checking out stuff like this, the JKD Notables coffee mug over on jkdrebel.com. Click on the Rebel Gear link and see what we have to offer. But of course, the best thing you can do is to share this video and spread the word about the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast. All right, so why set goals in the first place? And who says that we have to set goals? These are good questions to ask, especially when you discover that one of the most famous stories told about goals is apparently not at all true. So the way it's told is that there was this study done in 1953 at the Yale Business School, the class of 53, and in which only 3% of the graduating students wrote down clear goals. So 20 years later in 73, it's discovered that those 3% had a greater combined net worth than the other 97%. So this is a story that's told in the self-development industry, in the business industry. It's but apparently it surfaced, if my research is correct, 1991 in Success magazine, and the author credited Zig Ziglar, the late Zig Ziglar, famous motivational speaker, as the source for that information. Now, far be it from me to disparage Zig Ziglar, especially when he influenced one of the people who influenced me a lot, Brian Tracy, and Brian Tracy has a great book on the whole on a course on the whole topic of goals and goal setting. So I'm not disparaging anybody here. When people do get into goal setting, a lot of times it's in the health area, you know, sometimes in the wealth area as well. So you see a lot of people setting goals for weight loss, you know, and then there's tons of advertising promising stuff like lose this many pounds in this much time and what have you. And as of 2018, this industry, the weight loss industry, is $73 billion with a B, and projected to grow at close to 3% over the next few years. So if you were one of those people and you set a goal to lose this many pounds in this much time, you're competing against yourself ostensibly, but you still do at least have a target. In martial art, most logically, we would start with like physical goals and then move on to emotional, mental, and spiritual. And if you, I don't have it here with me, but if you have not read David Chang's Jeet Kune Do Basics book, he has a chapter in there. It's a really great book. I highly, highly recommend it. And he actually has a chapter in there about goals. And I was surprised and impressed with myself when I saw it. And he actually had them sectioned off in physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual goals. And that is something that I have preached for a very long time. I've used it, you know, in the many years that I ran my school. Right at an initial consultation with somebody, we would talk about physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual development as, you know, martial art as a tool for that stuff. So I felt like I was in good company when I saw that in Sifu Chang's book. Anyhow, so so we're talking about having a target if you were like trying to lose weight or something, competing against yourself. When it comes to improving yourself in JKD, you may not have as clear a target because most of your goals will be inwardly focused, right? Unless, of course, your goal is outwardly focused because you intend to be the badass in the school, whether you're a member or the instructor, right? Most of the things that we would actually end up focusing on as goals are actually just the attributes that go into making a good fighter or a good martial arts practitioner, right? Things like mobility, agility, power, endurance, precision, all that stuff. A list of which you can see, because I did, man, probably a year ago or maybe even more, I did a broadcast about Jeet Kune Do attributes. Actually, I should know the which episode it is. Maybe I'll put something in the comments or something, right? But you can find this list of attributes in books like the Tao of Jeet Kune Do. There was quite a number of pages in the Tao of Jeet Kune Do for attributes. I really should put this info in the notes or something, right? And also in Jun Fan Jeet Kune Do, they have a list of attributes too. Anyhow, my point is, when you understand that goals in JKD training are actually improvement in attributes. Now you can make the radical shift, because it would be radical for some people. You can make the shift away from making goals as such, and instead focus on adopting the habits that lead to improvement over the long term. So one old school method that I got from Sifu and Asano was to log everything. In other words, you have the list of categories in which you want to improve, the stuff that you want to work on. And so you create a logbook. So in this book, Absorb What Is Useful, on this one I do have here, page 122, and hopefully I can get it up on the camera because I wasn't able to take a screenshot of it or anything. But if you can see this stuff here, where are we? Yeah, this page here, right? Where it has all these different things. So I'll read off some of this stuff for you. It's like spiritual maintenance, mental growth, nutritional maintenance program, meditation, yoga and stretching, all that kind of stuff. So what those became were, like it says there, maintenance programs. So that was Sifu Dan's advice, just like you saw here, to log everything that you do. Another old school method I got from my favorite Canadian JKD senior was what he called the trick of the month. So in addition to everything that you were doing, all the teaching that you were doing, all the training that you were doing, you would spend some daily time on this particular aspect, whatever it was. I mean, and it could be something as simple as, you know, a single technique, or as complex as whatever, you know, a series of technique, combination techniques or whatever. It could be anything. It's kind of one of those areas where you're limited only by your imagination, right? So that's the idea. So what say you? What do you think about this idea of not setting goals and instead focusing on the idea of adopting success habits, right? Please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say about this video. If you like what you heard, please feel free, share, like, and comment. Sign up for notifications for when we go live here on Facebook. And please subscribe over on the YouTube channels for the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast, the Jeet Kune Do dialogues. I almost said, and the FMA files. That's because Dean Franco is in town. And so we were talking about my aborted attempt to do a podcast on FMA. But Dean's doing a great job. And actually, he and I are going to be doing another episode sometime soon together, right? And so be sure when you're over on the YouTube to hit the notification bell. I will probably in another couple of weeks or so will be able to live stream simultaneously on Facebook and the YouTube. That is a project in the works. So we'll see what that does for the program. Follow me on Twitter at Dwight Woods and on Instagram at Dwight D Woods. At ilovejeetkundo.com, Quick Skill Series is available. On Friday, February 5th, Stanley Brooks of St. Louis, Missouri. Stan is a guy that I met back in 1984. Stan's going to come back to, it's his second time, come back to the Jeet Kune Do Dialogues, and he's going to talk about a health project of his called Universal Energy. So that will be this Friday at 6 p.m. Today is Pastel Day, so I picked Bruce Van Gogh, right? I'm wearing this vest because it's cold in Miami. It's like 52 degrees, all right? We don't handle that well, okay? So I'll see some of you Friday at 6 p.m. If not, I'll see you back here next Wednesday for another issue of the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast. Until then, this is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Do Rebel, signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Take it easy. Talk soon. To here, right? So the simplest one is go here, and then follow, and then finish with the hook. We'll start with that because that's like the easiest one to start with. All right, so pinchoy, paksa guachoy, cross, hook, cross, lead hook. To start there, that'll be the fundamental.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
All right, go. Left lead, right lead.
Yes, sir.
So off the 1, 2. I catch the 1, I split enter on 2, see? And then go, boom, and go. So 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's the first one. You got that?
Sir.
Okay, the reverse split entry. I catch here, and I go here. See? Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I get back to that rear hand lead leg thing. So, second one, right? We'll call that reverse split entry because both hands are on the inside. Back is here. So,
How can you do the first split entry and the second?
first split entry is the true split entry,
Okay.
right? Because it's one hand inside, one hand outside. All right?